It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and we are back with another beer from Deeds Brewing Company in Australia. This brewery really does feel like my local brewery. I probably drink more Deeds beer in a month than I drink beer from my local brewery. How incredible is that? That's like a brewery the other side of the world that only sells their beer locally in Australia, and it feels like my local brewery. Right, this is called There Can Only Be One. No, sorry, There Can Be Only One Scottish Strong Ale, 7.8% ABV. This is a limited edition can of beer, made in Glen Iris, Australia, sent by the wonderful Trav in Australia. Tartan on the can. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. So in the UK, what we call a Scottish Strong Ale is a wee heavy. The Scots like to call this style of beer a wee heavy. So if you're looking to find one of these in the UK, a Scottish Strong Ale, simply go on Google, put in Scottish Wee Heavy, WEE, and you'll probably find one. They're a great beer. They're a double malted beer. Lots of malt, lots of wonderfulness, really. Hops, malt. Look at it. Look at it. 1 to 2 finger white head, good levels of carbonation, rolling up the glass. And if it's one thing the Scots are very good at, it's malt. Think of their whiskies. Think of their whiskies. I mean, this is nowhere near whiskey strength, but right up there at 7.8% ABV. You know, we're slowly heading that way, aren't we? But of course, this isn't from Scotland, it's from Australia. I'm kind of hoping that Deeds Brewing Company have put their own little twist on this beer, an Australian twist on this beer. It's a dark coloured beer. Deep kind of been out the fridge about 5 or 10 minutes. Deep dark mahogany coloured beer. Let's get the little bit of carbonation rolling up the side of the glass. It doesn't seem to be can conditioned. Slightly hazy. Let's get the aroma. Whoa, this could be right out of Glasgow or Edinburgh, Outer Hebrides. Malty, biscuity, bready, toffee. Toffee hammer toffee. The toffee hammer that you used to get when you were a kid at Christmas. I bought some for my kids last Christmas, actually. Little toffee hammer with some hard toffee. But this is kind of the very similar aroma that you get from that lovely toffee hammer toffee. Spicy and peppery. Smells absolutely delicious. Let's get in. Cheers, everybody. Oh my goodness me, stone the crows. Stone the crows. What a beer this is. That is one of the most delightful beers I've ever put to my lips. That is just so... Close your lips together and breathe in like... Oh, just incredible. Biscuity, bready, nutty, toffee hammer, spicy, peppery, bitter finish. Unbelievable. A little bit of beer left. Shall we see if this is a can condition beer? I'm gonna call this you a setup on a tripod on top of a Philips Perfect Draft system. And in that Philips Perfect Draft system is Pavel Quack. Pavel Quack. It's an 8.3% ABV Belgian strong ale. But I tell you what, only because I drank half a keg on the weekend, can't remember much about my weekend, it's such a similar beer. To the point, I wish I had a spare glass. I got a plastic cup. Do you mind? Do you mind? That is very clean. It's a plastic cup. It's probably sacrilege that I'm pouring Pavel Quack. Into a plastic cup here, but look at this. They're very similar. Look at this. Look how similar the beers are. I wonder if Pavel Quack was influenced from Belgian wee heavies, Belgian Scotch or barley wine type beers. It is quite cold. It's 3 degrees. But I'm going to put these side by side. Why not? Why not? Two very strong beers within 0.5% of one another, looking the same in terms of colour. Great head retention. Let's do the Australian beer first. Absolutely fantastic, divine nuttiness, biscuitiness, breadiness, flare your nostrils. Oh, just beautiful beer, peppery, spicy wonderfulness. Pavel Quack. Yeah, I mean, wow. We're talking about, and I had no plans to do this, by the way, it was an off-the-cuff idea that just literally happened. And you're talking about a beer from Australia and a beer from Belgium, yeah, tasting more or less, there is fractions in it, but it's more or less both double malted, extra malt, extra flavour. They're tasting more or less within an inch of one another. They're more or less exactly the same beers. And that is testament. That is testament to Deeds Brewing Company here. And there can be only one Scottish strong ale. 7.8% ABV. I am so excited to drink Deeds Brewing Company's beers because whenever they put their hand to something, whenever they try and do something, whether it be traditional style like this one or something out there, they always seem to get it right. I have never drank a bad Deeds Brewing Company beer. This is truly terrific stuff. I won't be driving a car today. Exactly the same. What I would say about the Quack is that it's slightly sweeter. But we're not here to review the Quack, but I will, because it's going to give you a gauge as to how good this blooming beer is. I'm going to say the Quack is probably an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Let's say 8 out of 10. This Deeds Brewing Company beer, another level of goodness. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I hope you liked the video. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.